My name is Peter Lupo. I'll be doing a discussion about New Jersey environmental trial preparation, best practices thereof. So let's just do a quick overview. This seminar will deal with trial preparation for environmental laws and regulations specific to the state of New Jersey. Being an overview, we will not hone in on a single environmental law, but we'll utilize a mock trial approach involving a general unspecified environmental claim with us representing the defendant. We will proceed through the important stages in preparing to represent a client. You will be opposed by the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, not the US EPA. Most cases in New Jersey are brought about by the state through agencies such as the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, NJDEP. Cases are also brought about by municipalities, counties, and aggrieved neighboring properties, as well as citizen action groups and organizations. Things to keep in mind. What constitutes environmental law is vast and involves a complex web of state, federal, and local statutes, regulations, as well as rulings and bulletins by agencies with oversight. Each and every regulation may carry a penalty such as a fine, environmental lien, or even prison time. This web of laws is constantly evolving, with incoming administrations and legislative bodies cracking down on some laws while easing up on others. So you find this a lot with changing administrations, different priorities. Obviously, Trump administration a little more hewing towards big businesses and industries and mining and drilling interests, and the incoming or the current administration of Joe Biden, who hews the other way a little more in terms of environmental protection. Keep all this in mind as you prep for the client's upcoming environmental trial. So let's go over some major New Jersey environmental laws. We have the state laws often accomplish the same purpose as the federal laws, such as the Federal Clean Air Act and Clean Water Act, establishing controls on pollution, contamination, and safe drinking water and air to breathe. Here are a few of the major laws, regulations, and executive orders. New Jersey Executive Order 215, back from 1989, parallels the environmental review process of the National Environmental Policy Act, NEPA. Highlands Water Protection and Planning Act protects the highlands from uncontrolled development and ensures its reservoirs of clean water are kept safe and usable by customers. Pinelands Protection Act protects the New Jersey pinelands from pollution and excessive development. Spill Compensation and Control Act, the SCCA, the state parallel to the federal CERCLA Superfund law. And then, of course, there's the Coastal Area Facility Review Act. It's a major law for controlling development along New Jersey's extensive shoreline areas.
Due to the vastness of environmental litigation in the state of New Jersey, due to the complexity and range of things that can happen, in order to get the most out in this short class, we're going to use a mock trial. Basically, a mock trial will illustrate a lot of the key highlights of things you will likely come across as you prepare for your trial. So some of the parameters of the trial will be that the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection will be the plaintiff. Very often, if there's a sort of a egregious violation of environmental law, could be a neighbor that brings the lawsuit, it could be any number of parties. In this case, it's going to be the NJDEP. And so many environmental issues that could happen, so many things come up, but for this mock trial, and in order to just illustrate some of the basic parameters of things you'll deal with, we're going to go with contamination, toxic contamination by hazardous substance. And we're not going to specify what part of the environment is contaminated. We're going to keep it kind of abstract, not air, soil, water, or anything like that. We're just going to keep it general and abstract and kind of move through the preparatory stages. And for the general purposes of what we're doing here, we're going to assume that the preparatory steps we take will apply to any of the instances of contamination. We're going to keep it broad and general, but also specific enough that we can get something practical and meaningful out of it.